Hello and welcome to the WrestleTalk News. I am Luke Owen, and there's been some major fallout from the Royal Rumble and from Raw, so brace yourselves for these stories because there's a few people you might not be seeing on screens for a little while.
Support WrestleTalk!
Give us a subscribe.
To start things off, current WWE United States Champion Andrade has been suspended for 30 days for his first violation of WWE's wellness policy, according to Pro Wrestling Sheet. Andrade was on the receiving end of a hammerlock DDT to the concrete on last night's episode of Raw from Humberto, which is reportedly an angle to write Andrade off the show for the 30-day suspension. Andrade was supposedly informed of the violation yesterday, and it forced a last-minute rewrite of the Raw script, which was going to continue the Andrade Carrillo feud, but in a much less brutal post-match angle. It is not currently known what substance caused Andrade to fail the wellness policy test, but this is just the latest in a string of policy violations, including Primo Colon, who apparently is still with WWE, and Robert Roode back in December, which at the time were the first public violation since Paige in 2016 when she was suspended for 60 days for her second policy violation. There's more bad news from Raw, as well as during the Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens vs Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy Raw Tag Team title match. Samoa Joe took a bad dive before the first commercial break, landing awkwardly on the outside. During the break, Joe was escorted to the back and it turned into a handicap match. And while many people thought it was a work, PW Insider are reporting that the injury is legitimate. There is no word yet at the time of this recording how severe the injury is, but Joe was not able to leave under his own power, so it potentially could be very serious. And this comes at a horrible time for WWE, with AJ Styles also receiving a potentially serious injury during the Royal Rumble, when he was setting up a feud with the newly returned Edge. And this of course is WrestleMania season, so a lot of pieces are being put into place. We here at WrestleTalk would like to wish Samoa Joe a speedy recovery. And in even more bad news, the injuries don't stop there, as there may be another one to add to that list. Sasha Banks was noticeable by her absence during the Women's Royal Rumble on Sunday, and she hasn't competed on SmackDown in weeks, with the storyline reason being that she cancelled her matches with Lacey Evans, normally to record a rap album or something. And it's now being reported by the very reliable Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful that this is because Sasha Banks is also injured, and a follow-up report from the also very reliable Mike Johnson of PW Insider that Banks was dealing with an injury and up until Saturday was scheduled to be in the Rumble, but unfortunately she was unable to be medically cleared in time, forcing Kelly to be her replacement in the match so she can horribly run the ropes and be an embarrassment. While there is no confirmation on what the injury is or the severity of it at the time of this recording, WrestleZone points out that the current speculation is that it could be an ankle injury, which would also link into an angle on SmackDown when Banks was removed from her match against Lacey Evans because of an ankle injury she picked up brawling with Lacey backstage. We here at WrestleTalk would like to wish Sasha Banks a speedy recovery. Whew, that was a rough episode of the WrestleTalk News with so many negative things happening. But if you want to see something awesome, check out this clip of myself and Ollie Davis live reacting to Edge's return in the Royal Rumble over on fan channel WrestleTalk Clips, and press the other video on screen to find out the real reason for the Brock Lesnar-Matt Riddle backstage altercation. Thank you to our pledge hammers on Patreon, which are currently scrolling their way into my stomach. I've been Luke Owen, and that was wrestling.